It's really an honor to be with you today, and thank you all for participating today. Look, I'm a data geek. I'm a technology guy. I don't have the background in food or in agriculture that many others do, but being a data geek and being a technology person, I've become absolutely obsessed with the application of new technologies to solve some of our biggest problems as it relates to climate change and to feeding the planet. Unfortunately, the global volume of food wastage is estimated by the FAO at about 1.6 billion tons of primary product equivalents every year. That's the edible part of that means like 1.3 billion tons. This in a world where people are hungry. 28% of the world's agricultural area is used annually to produce food that is lost or wasted. The food carbon footprint is estimated at 3.3 billion tons of CO2 released into the atmosphere each year. So my obsession is to ask myself, how can we use really powerful tools in artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, and data to help address problems of waste and help maximize the productivity of our land to feed more people, to feed them more healthfully, and to do so with less waste. And what's fascinating is right now, as I speak to you, looking into this digital camera, in April of 2021, there are 35 billion network devices in the world. There are 35 billion things that are sending or receiving a digital signal. These are our lap phones, these are our mobile phones, these are the sensors in our supply chains. In just 4 years, 2025, that number is going to grow from 35 billion to 75 billion. And we're creating an ocean worth of data as we run the zeros and ones of computer code into industries that we don't necessarily think of being digital, like agriculture. Now, we aren't doing this going from 35 billion to 75 billion because we're putting more cell phones in more pockets. No, it's because we are digitizing industries like agriculture. And this is the opportunity. This is how we can feed the future more sustainably, with less waste, and with greater abundance. It's through precision agriculture. It's through the combination of big data analytics into the process of farming. I'll never forget the first time I saw this and was really overwhelmed by it. I was in beef and dairy farms in Manawatu, Wangui, in the North Island of New Zealand. And I was in an area where there were about 80,000 people and about 7 million cows. And they had incorporated tools using something like pasture meter, where basically they were able to use a combination of laser technology, GPS, and data analytics to more precisely do things like irrigation, fertilize, and other such things. And within 1 year, the amount of water they used was reduced by 70%. The amount of fertilizer they used was reduced by more than 50%, and their allocation of different types of nitrogen and phosphorus-based fertilizers reduced in a way that created substantially less spill-off. So what I'm excited about, what I think could make all of us live a happier and more healthy future, is for computer scientists to work ever more closely with people in agriculture, people in farming, to figure out how we can use these tools that have helped us communicate more effectively, ship things more quickly, all of these things that we associate with sort of the mania of the 2020s, and do it actually to make the earth more productive for all of us. Innovation can oftentimes be cold. It can be distant. It can be something that dehumanizes us in certain respects, especially as machines become almost increasingly sentient and take on properties that we associate with human beings. But what I believe is that as technology grows more powerful, that which makes us most human grows more important. And if we can take our most human imperative, our most inhuman imperative, which is to feed ourselves, and to figure out how to use all of these very powerful tools, these digital tools, these tools in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics, and commit to harnessing their power to produce more food with less waste, with a lower carbon footprint, with less nitrogen and phosphorus spillover, we can have a much healthier future. So I hope that these communities will work together more closely as we go into the 2020s. And I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak to you briefly today. Thank you very much.